kick, and on a couple of hops, Thigpen, quick move. Boy, we've seen that a few times this year. A flag at the end of the play as Thigpen returns it 22 up to the 47.
You know, last week Ray was slinging it, but he's going to need help from his running game in this game. It's a very different atmosphere, different environment when you're on the road. You want ball possession, and that time of possession so important, especially when you're traveling. That's where Calvin McCarty is going to come in and become more involved. He can block as good as it gets in the running game. They're going to need him to be part of the run-off offense as well and give him the football.
Eskimos led 2 and outs. They couldn't get Edmonton off the field last week. Better kick by Prefontaine. And it's Thigpen from his 43. Trying to get outside, flag down, and Thigpen turned the corner. And is finally dumped at the Edmonton 45 by Calvin McCarty. But again, a flag on the return. So 2nd and 15. Ray pumps and then dumps it off. McCarty and Garrett McIntyre and Marquette Knowlton bring him down just beyond the 10. And there's the third 2 and out of the game. A lot of steamboats underneath, and nothing there for Calvin McCarty. Jamal Johnson shuts the door. And that'll halt the drive.
And I want to see him get the ball in space. Screen passes, underneath. They haven't thrown the ball enough to him or McCarty for my liking.
Well, and that's my complaint with the Edmonton Eskimos. I mean, Calvin McCarty is a talented young running back who has a Canadian citizenship title. You have an opportunity here to really develop a kid that you can use as a starter. Now, I know Archie Whitlock is the man when it comes to being the running back for this football team, but I really think Calvin was closing that distance in the previous 2 games, the Hamilton game in Commonwealth and the game in Toronto in Moncton. Give the kid a chance to show what he's got consistently over the rest of the season. I think they're going to be very pleasantly surprised.
Yeah, a great opportunity for many backs with Whitlock out of the lineup as he has been for several weeks. Porter.
And he's looking promising. He needs the ball. He needs more carries.
Yeah, that's right.
4 carries.
Boy, a couple of key injuries indeed for Richie Hall's team.
Well, that means defensively you'll see more of Javi Glatt in that linebacking core. Offensively, maybe Jock Climby talking about dumping the football to the backs, and Calvin McCarty will be something that this offense will have to look to with Jason Barnes out of the lineup.
Matt Kirk checks in on the TiCat defensive line. McCarty, and nothing there as Garrett McIntyre swamps him. And again, they haven't been able to get him going offensively. The good blocking back.
No question, and this is what he can do in the passing game. Little play action there. He fills that A gap against the Hamilton Tiger Cats last week. He takes a big Justin Hickman off the edge there. And again, Calvin McCarty, these are the things that most times you don't really notice, but are so important. Ricky Ray being able to throw the ball from the pocket is to have a back in there that can pick up those blitzes.
Couple of catches, just his first rush of the game, and it's 2nd and 10. And there's McCarty out of the backfield and got his footwork down to get a first down before Jamal Johnson drills him.
The panel talked about him. Got to get him more involved. Chris Schultz talked about him at halftime. Get Calvin McCarty more involved. Let's see him. He's a good blocker. He can run the football for you, and check out his hands out of the backfield. And I love how he puts the brakes on there to get an extra 2 yards, not run out of bounds, because he needed those 2 to move the chains.
And so the Eskimos are moving the football down to the TiCat 37. 118 yards. Big toss, the reverse, and that is snapped. And Justin Hickman blew up the play. And it's a big loss back to the 43.
Justin Hickman got a matchup that he wanted to, and when you send the bunch formation, you've got a bunch here. Those are receivers, and watch Justin Hickman say, you know what, I'm going. You know, if you're going to put a receiver on me, I'm just going to run right by him. Tyler Scott
not moving to Hamilton anytime soon.
Not yet, no.
Ricky Ray to work, look out, Marquette Knowlton. They dump it off underneath, and Calvin McCarty makes a couple out of what looked like a near disaster for Ricky Ray and the Eskimos.
Ricky Ray is going to turn his back to the play here because of the type of play action. Markeith Knowlton's coming off the edge, and he's just timing it up perfectly. You see how he turns his back for play action to Calvin McCarty. When he turns around, 25's right in his grill.
Boy, game in, game out, Markeith Knowlton just seems to be around the football. Ricky Ray on the back to it, Calvin McCarty, and he's brought down by Bo Smith after first contact.
Let's go back to that play again.
Eskimo first down, Ricky Ray dumps on it off, and McCarty be wrestled to the turf at the 37. Otis Floyd there. Glenn, this is the 8th time in the game that the Eskimos have started to drop. So Jared Zabransky comes in, and Ricky Ray's night is done. Ray with only 7 complete games on the year. And Zabransky, little shovel to McCarty. That opens up, and Calvin McCarty will be dropped at the 37-yard line of the Tiger Cats.